Figure it out. Oh boy. Every day is something new now. To only stream into one thing, one destination.
To the YouTube.
Yeah, you only to your not streaming to the Facebook, not streaming to my YouTube channel.
And they don't fix it.
Not fully. Yesterday it streamed to two. Today it has streamed only to one. Anyway. I guess it's streaming to some. I want to start with
Hello. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Mindset Monday. Today is Monday, June 29th. Just one more day is left in the month of June. And I hope you're enjoying the nice warmth. For some of us, it's getting a little warmer than we expect, but we had a long winter. So let's just soak up the sun, soak up the warmth. If we can package it and keep it for the winter, try to do that. I don't know how. When we were kids, we normally think of those little things, how we can package things. But I hope if you were at work, I hope you had a productive day. If you were at play, I hope you had a wonderful play day. And if you're returning from your vacation, I hope that you had a splendiferous vacation. So before we get on with our program, not before, this is a part of our program. We normally start with our money exercise. And of course, as we always say, the money exercise is not that you will be getting a huge sum of money, but it's just the concept of consistency. So we started January, the first week of January, we started with $1. And then the second week, we added $2. And so we added for each week of the year, we keep adding per that week. So the third week, $3. And right now, we should be at the end of this week, which is Saturday. We will be, I don't want to count, but I'll tell you exactly where we will be. Anyway, I can't find it right now, but I'll tell you shortly where we'll be. And it is such a wonderful thing when we can put something together that we can look forward to. As a child, I share this before that my uncle normally gives me a little, we call it stipend, a little allowance. So each week I have a little something, so I will stash away something in my little piggy bank. And I had that piggy bank for years. And when for quite a number of years, then it accumulated a nice little sum. And my uncle, because I grew up with my uncle, he went and he opened a bank account at Jamaica National. So every little adds up. Every little bit adds up. So while we're doing this, it's not to say you're going to get a big sum of money, but it's just the thought of being consistent in what we do and how we do it. Consistency pays off. All right. So, as we talk about consistency, before I get into the main program of the day, being consistent, it can be bad if it's a bad habit, or it can overall be good if it's a good habit. If there are habits that were formed over time, and we want to create new, we want to be consistent in something good, start that habit and get an accountability partner, because many times when we're accountable, we can move from that bad habit or create new habits to counteract those bad habits that were formed. Because habits form does not just go away. We have to get something to replace those habits, and then we can form better habits. What I learned that habits are formed within, I think they said 63 days. So you start, first time I used to hear 21 days. Now 21, so they do 21, and then you add another 21, and then another 21. So it's so important that what habits you want to form, get an accountability buddy so you can have someone to check in with in order to consistently work on that habit. So this is why we are so passionate about our money exercise, because this new habit that we're forming is basically paying ourselves first, giving yourself a little raise. And as my partner, my husband is coming to, as we share this evening, we just want to let you know we are consistent in what we're sharing with you so we can reap the benefits together. I was looking for the where we should be this week, and As he knows, he is the techie. So talking and doing tech at the same time.
Peace, blessings, enough love, buno nunos. Hey, oh my goodness. All right. So therefore, we are going to look at the money. And let's face it, yes, it's all about consistency, really and truly. It's all about consistency. All right. And so at this time, we should be this weekend, right, which is the 4th of July. Enough noise and explosion there in the United States. I think it's what, Independence or yeah, something like that. Okay, wonderful. And so therefore, during that Saturday, they'll spend it off on fireworks. All right, for those in the US, you should be having your $27 to put in, right, at that time. And so that will make it 376.
376. That's a
Yes,
nice little change
376.
for those who started with the dollar each week. And
Yes.
for those who started in the descending order, 52, 51, 50, you should be at
You should be at 1,000 and 65, I think, or 63.
1,053.
53. Okay, 1,053, because you should be throwing in $26 inside your jar or inside your
bottle,
kitty or inside
whatever
your
container you have.
yeah, whatever container. Okay, so wonderful. Right. So therefore, please, it's about consistency. Don't look at the amount, right? Look at the consistency of what you are doing, because that is more important when it comes on to saving, when it comes on to exercise, when it comes on to eating properly. It's all about consistency. It's not a quick fix thingy that we are doing, right?
Right.
Right. Okay, so it's all about consistency. So at this time, as you know, we we are going to dive right into our program at this time. And of course, you know, we last week and this week we are dealing with flow in feedback, constructive criticism, and continuous improvement. Now, last week we dealt with giving constructive feedback with grace and wisdom. Now, this week, which is part two, we are talking about receiving feedback for continuous improvement and spiritual growth. All right, our growth. Okay, so that is what we are going to be looking at this week. So just to a quick recap last week, the flow feedback. The flow feedback. We talk about the flow, right? Which, first of all, it is F, which is
Focus on facts.
L,
Linked to impact.
O,
Offer solutions.
W.
Work together.
And that is how you get the flow. So we also talk about giving feedback effectively, the SBI model, right? So the S,
situation,
right? When and where did it happen?
Behavior,
The B, behavior, what specifically occurred,
and
the impact for I, what was the result. So let us dive now into this week, which is continuous improvement through
feedback flow.
yes, my goodness. All right, so let's receiving feedback with grace, because feedback is not a really easy thing to swallow sometime, because
Especially with when we have when we bound up in our ego.
most of us look at feedback as criticism,
No, no, you mean as bad.
bad criticism.
Yes.
Oh, okay, okay, right. Um, that's how most people look at feedback, as bad criticism, and persons don't like criticism, generally speaking. But let us receive it with grace, right? Why receiving feedback is difficult? Let us look at some common emotional reactions.
Fear,
Mm, mm,
pride,
mm.
embarrassment,
My mother used to say embarrassment. All right.
defensiveness,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm,
insecurity.
mm. The first principle of this before responding to any feedback, please to
Listen.
attentively.
Mhm.
Okay, please to listen attentively,
Mhm.
and then you for a
Pause.
cause,
Mhm.
and then you
Reflect.
and then you
Clarify.
and then
You respond.
oh my
And this
goodness.
could tie into the ART framework in my book, The Heart of a Servant,
Mm,
Nurturing Yourself as You Care for Others.
yes.
The art framework asks, refrain, so reflect and clarify, reframe all those two together,
Mm-hmm.
and then take action.
Mm,
The taking action here is respond.
yeah. Wonderful. Wonderful. Right. And so, of course, right. Of course, right. We listen,
We pause,
pause, reflect,
reflect,
clarify,
and then
and respond. All right. So let us learn method, the LEARN, learn, which is used in this case as an acronym, right? Learn. And so the first thing we do
is listen attentively again.
again, right? So therefore you focus fully.
Mm-hmm.
Focus fully. Don't try to be conjuring up in your mind what to say, what to answer, what to divulge. No, try to listen to what the person is saying, right? And then of course the E,
Is evaluate.
separate emotions from facts,
Mm-hmm. Because we are
right? Yeah.
emotional
Oh yes.
beings.
Oh
Oh
my
Lord.
goodness. Oh yes. Right? And then of course after that the A,
Is ask questions.
wonderful, wonderful. Ask questions in order to clarify what has been said.
Mm-hmm.
And then the S,
Is R is
oh,
LEA.
oh my goodness, LEAR, right? R, my goodness.
Is reflect.
Mhm.
Reflect.
Reflect. Consider the value of what is being said.
Mm-hmm.
Even though you might think the person is chatting foolishness, right? There is still value in the worst, so to speak, um, feedback that you are getting. Okay.
You may
So,
think it's bad,
mm-hmm,
but if you just shift your mindset, because all of what we're talking about is
mm-hmm,
mindset.
mm-hmm,
Shifting your mindset and see how does this apply to me? What can I learn from this?
wonderful. And of course, is N, learn, N.
Yes,
And the
and
N, the N,
navigate change. So
yes.
once you get that and you see how it applies to you, then you make the necessary change if any change should be made.
Mm-hmm.
So
Beautiful.
you will apply those
Improvements.
improvements.
Beautiful. When you learn, you apply. All right. So let us look at this practical exercise. Participants receive simulated feedback and practice responding using learn. Develop a teachable spirit, a willingness to learn, grow, and change. Proverbs 9 and verse 9. Give instructions to a wise man, and he will yet be wiser. Because a wise man always listen, even though the king was the king, Solomon, right? Solomon still listened to his advisor.
Wise
David
counsel.
was a wise man. David still listened to his counsel, right? So let us recognize that wisdom only becomes better when we listen, right?
When we take instruction
Mhm.
after we listen.
Beautiful, beautiful. So, building a continuous improvement culture. Building a continuous improvement culture.
Characteristics of high performance teams. One of those characteristics is frequent feedback. Very important.
Mm.
Another thing is transparency.
Mhm.
Another characteristic is accountability. Earlier, when I started, I said if you want to change a habit, if you want to develop a new habit,
Mhm.
get an accountability partner, whether it's within your family or it's within your social group, or of course at work. Normally we have accountability partners. We have
Mhm.
team leaders who are accountability partners. Another characteristic of high performance teams is trust. Very important. Learning orientation, always in that learning phase, because continuous improvement becomes very apparent when we see or when we adapt all of these
Mm.
characteristics.
Wonderful, wonderful. All right. So, continuous improvement cycle. Let us look at how, or let us state how it looks. When you get feedback, feedback allows you to reflect. So you get reflection out of it. And then learning take place. Then that learning must turn into action. And then you are improved.
So the improvement
Yes.
comes once you take action. And then once you take action, that's when growth
Growth. Mm.
happens.
Most definitely.
And then the cycle
Turn
continues.
again because
New
new
feedback.
feedback.
Because once you
Yeah.
learn, then of course, okay, let's see what was implemented from that feedback. And so the cycle continues.
Beautiful. Right? Right back again to feedback, reflect, learning, action, improvement, growth, feedback, new feedback.
Now, what we're talking about, this applies to every aspect of life,
Yes.
from the home to our social gathering, to our church community, to our
Business.
business, to our workplace,
Workplace.
because all of these have to do with people, people skills, developing proper people skills.
Mm. So, feedback systems for success. Why feedback is difficult to receive? Common barriers.
You have pride, fear, insecurity, and earlier we talked about the ego. And someone rightly puts ego edging God out. Because when our ego is so high up there, we don't want to listen. We don't want to hear what somebody else has to say because we know it all.
Mercy.
And another barrier is past hurt.
Hmm.
I don't want to hear what you have to say. I don't want to hear what anybody has to say because I was burned once.
Yes, mercy. You was burnt once.
No, I'm
Oh,
just yes,
okay,
yes, yes.
okay, wonderful, right? Because pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. Let us, let us, let us remove the ego. Let us remove the ego. And how to do that is with daily practices,
Hmm.
right? It's not something to happen overnight, right? So you start with
End of day reflection. So it's like we're taking an inventory
mm,
of the day.
mhm,
What went well? How can we
improve.
improve? That sort of thing.
Mm,
So that's one other question we ask. What went well? What could improve? And what did I learn?
mhm. Nice.
Then we can do also the weekly review. So we evaluate goals achieved, challenges encountered, and areas needed improvement.
Mm,
So we
monthly.
spread it
Yeah.
and then we do monthly assessments.
Hmm.
So assess skill growth, assess communication effectiveness, assess productivity improvements, and relationship development.
Mm. Some practical application. Personal feedback is looking at strengths in communication, in leadership, in problem solving.
And some growth areas, we look at time management, listening skills, decision making.
Mm. And then in action plans to achieve all of that, specific improvement goals, learning resources, accountability partners,
Mhm.
as my dear lovely Bunununu's wife said earlier on. We need, each one of us need accountability partners. That was what, in essence, Jesus Christ was saying when he said it's not good for man to be alone, right? It's not good for man to be alone. All right. And so we have to recognize that that man man must not try to be doing things by themselves.
We are community beings, we are communal beings. So we were created to complement each other's gifts, because we can't operate in a vacuum.
Mm,
It's like a production line. Every piece is required in order to make the whole.
hmm hmm. Beautiful, beautiful. And of course we we are now going to be looking at feedback in leadership, right? So remember, the father in the home is a leader. Is not just a CEO or a supervisor or a manager.
Mhm.
The father or the mother in the home, right, is a leader. And when that father or mother is not there, then the big sister or the big brother, would be the leader in the home, right? And so the responsibility is not just because, I am a CEO or I'm a manager appointed, that makes me a leader. Just like in the church, it's
Mhm.
not just the pastor is a leader, right? The elders are leaders, the deacons, and to some extent, even the members,
I was about to say.
even the
So let's
members,
jump back to the home.
home.
All of us in the home are leaders in some aspect. But of course, you have the team leader. Now, the
Mm,
team leader is the parents. and then you have the siblings or however the structure of the family, then bring it over into the work area. You have team leaders, and
Hmm.
all of us as employees have a leadership role in whatever deliverables we need to have done within a specific time.
Hmm.
So if we take that idea and know that we're all leaders, it will make us more accountable because we have something in 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 all of this. We're not just a side, it's not just a sidestep or do this, do that. No, you are a leader in whatever you do, whatever capacity you are a leader.
Hmm.
So pay attention, do your best so you can hear well done. Because many times as leaders, because we don't get the accolades from our employer, some tend to slack off, but the ultimate goal is to hear well done from
Mm.
the greatest leader of all, the God of gods, our Lord,
Mm.
the one who we are to always cast our eyes on and help us with wisdom. We will
Wonderful.
hear, well done, thou good
Hmm.
and faithful servant.
Yes, and thank you very much, Queen Rosanna. Um, yes, a beautiful improvement on the platform here. Yes, and yes, it's not good for women to be alone.
But
No,
when we say man, we're talking about
mankind.
human being,
Yes,
mankind.
mankind,
Yes.
human beings in that context. You see,
Hmm.
that's why English language
English
is
language
so,
is a little
my
skewed.
goodness. Yes, it's mankind we're really referring to, the human being we are referring to. All right, so back to leaders. Great leaders create feedback flow. We
Hmm.
want feedback. All right, want feedback. Effective leaders invite feedback regularly
Yes.
because well, you see, I made it a point in my church that I attend that I actually gave out a form so that people could give me feedback in regards to what the program that we are conducting was concerned, right? So, and that is the start, right? So, feedback is very important because you are serving,
Hmm.
right? This is what a lot of persons don't understand, especially men. Oh, I am the man of the house. And so whatever I say goes. No, that's not how it works. For harmonious living in the home, you need feedback even from the children.
So you're saying, as the head of the house, as a father, you're also a servant.
Of course, not also. You
You're
are
a
a servant.
servant.
That's the main role for a father. That's the main role. And so
That's the
um
main role for a husband too.
a husband too, yes, definitely. Because feedback from wifey is very important. Because
Happy wife, happy
if
life.
wife you know happy, right, it's trouble. you, you 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 stay away from your home until dark afraid, and then when you come home, you barely can even reach your bedroom, and you just drop down there in
Remember,
this.
it's not only Jamaicans you're talking to. You say
Oh,
you
right.
stay out the door until dog
you
afraid.
you,
Can
you
you
stay
coin it
outside,
in
right?
yeah.
You stay outside, maybe at the gym or at the bar,
Hmm.
or just wasting time with you, shooting the breeze
Hmm.
with your friend,
Right.
right? All right, and you don't want to go home until you know say you're
It's
just
time for you to
tired
sleep.
and you're going to just go sleep, and so by the time you reach home, most everybody's asleep anyway, and so you just drop down, wherever, right? No, you must want to go home. That's
And
it.
go home and serve your
And
family.
serve your family, serve your wife, right? Anyway. All right. So effective leaders invite feedback regularly.
Regular.
Model humanity,
Humility.
humility, sorry. Model humility. Encourage honest communication,
Mhm.
because this is where the biggest breakdown is, the children afraid to say anything in the house. Afraid.
Yes, daddy. No, daddy.
Or it is so vague that it is neither here nor there, right? And the wife have to be walking on eggshell. Everybody have to be walking on eggshell, right? And celebrate improvement.
Even the itsy bitsy little thing,
Yes.
every improvement, celebrate the small wins, as we always hear. It's very important.
Beautiful. And watch this now. The husband leadership question, not only business, not only church, not only wherever, corporation, even the man in the house. What am I doing well?
Mm.
What should I improve? How can I better support my family or
Mhm.
my team or
Mhm.
my church member or my board or my executive or whatever it is? How can I better support?
Instead of saying asamitan,
Yeah.
asami father, this is how my father was. This is how I am. I, I can change. You either take me or leave me.
Mm.
No, we all can change. We all can improve. As we started earlier about habits, habits can be formed,
Mhm.
or can be, new habits can be formed. So it diminishes, or suppresses the old habits that pervades the life over time.
Wonderful, wonderful. And so, conduct a 360 degrees feedback assessment. And how you're going to do that? You're going to do that if it's even at your home. If it's you alone live, then we cannot help you with that.
No, we
You need
can, because
okay,
they remember, even if it's just one person live,
uh-huh.
they have other areas of life that they socialize.
Yes, so that's what I was getting into. Now, if you live alone, you can't do that at home, right? Because you don't have any children, you don't have any wife or husband or whatever, mother-in-law or but from once someone else is in the home, boom, right? You're going to gather that input from them. If you are a supervisor, if you are a manager, if you are the business owner, if you are a team leader, if you are a church leader, whatever it is, get this feedback assessment done, right? From your peer, from your team members, from your clients
Mm.
that you work with, right? You're going to um, turn the feedback into growth. The 1% improvement principle.
Mhm.
Small improvement related consistently creates significant transformation.
Amen.
And this is the formula. Feedback plus reflection plus action plus consistency equal continuous improvement.
It's like a dance. Say it again.
Feedback plus reflection plus action plus consistency equals continuous improvement.
Or you could put a jingle to it, and we remember it easily.
Oh, yes, wonderful, wonderful. All right. So, participate in our feedback. Ask what, and remember the questions to ask now. What am I doing well? What should I improve? How can I better support you? All
Mm.
right. Those are the questions. Remember, you are going to be asking, right? Feedback, the participant identify, feedback received, lesson learned, action steps taken, results achieved, right? And so you are going to improve communication skill, seek feedback, ask three trusted individuals, create an improvement strategy, develop measurable action, monitor progress, review weekly, adjust and improve, refine based on new feedback. Okay? And then these will be the questions, the group discussion questions that you are going to engage in. And they are.
And one before we go to the question,
Mhm.
now one week we will be coming and you will all be coming on meeting and let's share what you have gathered in that feedback discussion. So the group discussion questions, how can feedbacks strengthen relationships? What barriers prevent honest feedback? How can leaders create psychological safety? And how does continuous improvement contribute to success? What feedback habit will you implement immediately? Some things you can implement immediately. What would that be for you?
Right. Wonderful. And so, what is the takeaway of today?
The feedback flow principle. Feedback is a gift for growth. That's a biggie. Constructive criticism builds capability. Continuous improvement requires consistent reflection, and great team normalize feedback.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Growth occurs when feedback becomes action. So you put wheels on that. Action. Take
Beautiful.
action.
So the final success formula is open mind plus honest feedback plus intentional action plus consistency plus consistent practice equal personal and professional excellence. Oh, wonderful, wonderful. And so we do hope and trust that you and I will move together so that the outcome that we are looking for, of which one of them is to develop a life habit of learning, adopting and improving through the power of feedback flow. So let your feedback flow that you instead of resisting, let us welcome feedback.
Welcome feedback. Just as our Jesus welcomed feedback when he asked, who do men say that I am? We'll stop right there.
All right. Wonderful. Wonderful. All right. And so let us recognize that feedback is very, very good. And so the quote for this evening is
constructive feedback is not a verdict of your worth. No, no, no. It is a pathway to your growth. And it's worth repeating. Constructive feedback. It's not a verdict of your worth. It is a pathway to your growth.
Yes. So please let your growth be growing. We thank you very much.
Until next week, we see you for another episode of Mindset Monday.